Hello, friends, and welcome to another Origins of Expressions. Today, I have a great historical phrase to bring to you. The phrase is, Bob's your uncle. Let's not waste any time and get started with this video. Ah, Bob's your uncle. Or is he? I don't have an Uncle Bob. Do you? So, if we all don't have an Uncle Bob, where did the phrase come from? Well, the phrase Bob's your uncle is a commonly used phrase in Europe that is often used to express a sense of completion or satisfaction. The phrase is typically used at the end of a set of instructions to indicate that following those instructions will lead to a successful outcome. For example, if someone were to ask you how to make a cup of tea, you might respond by saying, just boil some water, steep the tea bag, add some milk, and Bob's your uncle. But where did this curious phrase come from? There are a few theories about its origin, and all of them involve a man named Robert Cecil, who was the third Marquess of Salisbury and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in the late 1800s. The first theory is that Bob's your uncle was originally a way of referring to Bob Cecil himself. Cecil was appointed as Prime Minister in 1885 by Queen Victoria, and it is said that he used his position of power to appoint his nephew, Arthur Balfour, to the important post of Chief Secretary for Ireland. Balfour was not particularly qualified for the job, but thanks to his uncle's influence, he got the position anyways. This led to the accusations of favoritism, and it is said that the people would mockingly say, Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt, as a way of referring to the fact that Balfour got the job solely because of his family connections. The second theory is that Bob's your uncle is a corruption of a French phrase. During the 19th century, the British aristocracy was heavily influenced by French culture, and it was fashionable to use French phrases in everyday conversation. One of these phrases was, which is roughly translated to, there you go, the game is played. It is possible that Bob's your uncle is a simplified, angelicized version of this French phrase. The third theory is that Bob's Your Uncle is a reference to a music hall song from the early 19th century. The song called Bob's Your Uncle was written by Bert Lee and R.P. Weston and was a popular hit at the time. The chorus of the song goes, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Mary's your mother-in-law. We all pat ourselves on the back and shout, wasn't that a jolly good show? It is possible that the phrase Bob's your uncle entered common usage thanks to the popularity of this song. Regardless of its origins, Bob's your uncle is now a well-known and widely used phrase in the English language. It is often used in a light-hearted or humorous way, and it can be a fun way to add a bit of personality to your speech. The phrase is also used in other parts of English-speaking world, including Australia, America, and New Zealand. So, what does Bob your uncle actually mean? As mentioned earlier, the phrase is typically used to indicate that a series of instructions or steps have been successfully completed and that everything is now in order. It is often used to express a sense of satisfaction or relief, as if to say, there you go, everything is done and everything is now as it should be. Interestingly, the phrase is also sometimes used in a more general sense to indicate that everything is going well or that everything is in its proper place. For example, you might say, I just got a promotion and a raise, and Bob's your uncle. Life is good. In this sense, the phrase is used to express the sense of contentment and happiness. One of the reasons that Bob's your uncle has become such a popular phrase is that it is easy to use and remember. The phrase has a catchy and rhythmic quality to it. It rolls off the tongue easily. It is also a fun and lighthearted phrase that can add a bit of lightness to any conversation. So the origins and the meaning of the phrase Bob's your uncle is a bit of a mystery. But there are a few theories about where it came from, whether it was inspired by a powerful prime minister, a French phrase, or a popular music hall song. Bob's your uncle has become a beloved part of our English language. It is a fun and lighthearted way to indicate that a series of instructions or steps have been successfully completed and that everything is now in order. So the next time you need to express a sense of completion or satisfaction, just remember, Bob's your uncle. Well, that's the information that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our phrases. If you did, I'd love to have you subscribe. It's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases you'd like to learn about? I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time.